Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
I am Chidi Akuna, and with me today is my dear husband, Victor Akuna. So thank you. If you're watching this, you might be on our YouTube channel, Foundation for Family Affairs, and our mission is simple: to connect hearts and raise healthy families.
Absolutely.
Okay, and when we talk about connecting hearts, it borders on one of the issues we'll be talking about today, because we are passionate about seeing singles eliminate as much as possible marital problems.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is the point where you can review things, okay, before you get into marriage.
Yep.
And so we'll be sharing with you a topic that is very critical. And why is this? We've had people in a relationship, ask this question: how do I know my potential spouse has my back?
Absolutely.
How do I know my potential spouse has my back? Okay, some say, oh, I'm afraid of walking in there and losing myself. So these are some concerns. And we just thought, yes, we might just talk about this because we think it's going to help a lot more people out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And well, there are different reasons why people want to have that concern at the back of their mind. I mean, you are about to invest your life to you're about to make one of the most significant decisions.
That's right.
That can drastically impact your life.
Yeah.
Going forward. Like something that we often say, marriage will either make you better or bitter, but it doesn't leave you the same. So when someone is about to make that last click, I will change it. So for example, you want to buy a property and you want to make a huge transfer of money to your solicitor. You have to think, am I sure? Am I sure what I'm doing? Am I sure of the account details? Am I sure I'm transferring to the right people, to the right source, or to the right receiver on the other end? So many questions will come into your mind. So anytime you are making a decision that can radically impact your life, people want to be sure that they don't have to regret it. People want to be sure that they don't have to, if they have another chance, they won't choose something else. So that this kind of question is likely to come into the heart of a single person.
Yeah.
And if not properly managed, it can make a single develop what we call cold feet, where you are thinking, am I really sure of this?
Yeah.
Am I going to regret this 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? All right. So that's why this question is really, really important. And
I don't think it's bad that you're asking this question.
No.
Okay, because what you're simply bringing up as some issues, I would say trust issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The issue to do with loyalty.
Yeah.
Does he have my back?
Absolutely.
Okay. The quality of the person involved. Okay. And the strength of character.
Yes.
Sometimes when we talk about strength of character, we tend to limit it to moral matters.
Yep.
But beyond that, we come to know that strength of character is also tested in your resilience. Okay, when the chips are down, I think I'm going head on into our talk now. So I'm going to pause now and then, we'll review things.
Absolutely.
But it's a good thing you're asking that question.
Yes.
You're trying to review things before you get in.
Yeah, and don't allow anybody to bully you into saying, "Why don't you trust me?" It's not necessarily only about trust of the person. It's also you trying to find out if you're making the right call.
Right. I like that. If you're making the right call. So the first thing I think you need to be considering is, does what this person say align with what he does? Does what he say align with what he does? Okay, because that's how you can really know someone. They tell you, okay, I'll be there at 10. Okay, and then I know in saying this, some people will say, oh, I'm very bad with timing. Okay, but there are many other things like that. And my husband would always say, study patterns. Okay, you need to study patterns. I will be there. Oh, I went on this trip. And then later on, you're realizing that these things are not matching up. Okay, so you might want to think about it.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I would like to expand that thought around study patterns. Why? Because patterns don't change. People can tell you all kind of things. I mean, if you're meeting somebody for the first time, you want to make the best impression. You want to say all kind of things. So some people exaggerate. Some people exaggerate and add some other thing just to embellish the story, just to make themselves look smooth, look sleek, look interesting, look on fleek. But study the person's pattern. Over a period of time, you'll be able to spot what the person is saying. So, for example, I'm an HR professional. That's something else I do. All right, and when we want to recruit people into an organization to join a team, one of the things we do, because we can't really see the future of the person, we want to study the person's pattern in the past, and that's the purpose of a CV. So once you present your CV, they want to go into the detail of what you've done in the past, and the rationale around that, although it's not 100% accurate, but the rationale around that is that if I can see how you make some judgment calls over the period of time, if I can see how you interact with some of your colleagues over a period of time, I can have a sense of how you will deal with the people when you join our team, basically. So we're going to ask you specific questions that will reveal your value system. That's what we're actually looking for. Not just about your competence, your value system. How do you decide what determines your decisions? And because your decision determines your outcome. So what guides your decision? And so that's what you are supposed to do. So study the person's pattern, do what they say, does it align? All right, when they make a promise, do they follow through? What exactly?
When not convenient.
Even when it's not convenient, even when it's not going to pay them. Very, very, very important point. Thank you. You know, so when you study, because you can't really look into the person's future, but you can look at how they are also, dealing with you, how they are relating with other people, study the pattern, not just with you, because sometimes they are trying to impress you, and so they may be of their best behavior. Study how they are interacting with their spouses, no, not their spouses now, how they are interacting with their peers, their friends, their siblings, people who know them well, who they don't have to pretend, they don't have to act up. How did they treat those people? They don't have to impress those people again. Check. Once you see that pattern, you'll be able to pick, make 1 or 2 judgment calls.
And in saying that, I think that was one of the things that attracted me to you as a friend, really. Okay, because you had a way of treating ladies right. Okay, I saw you walk ladies when it was dark. Okay, you walk them to the stop. I saw you just shelter them. I saw you just be there even when it was raining. Pass your coat on, the proper gentleman. So yes, study patterns. I found that really attractive. Okay, so the other thing we'll be talking about is what do others say about this person?
Very important.
Don't discount that.
Very important.
What do others say about this person? Because sometimes they'll say, "Oh, love is blind, But no, you should have your heads up because you're going into a life journey.
Absolutely.
Life journey for life. That's why I like the example you started with about having to make a huge transfer from your account.
Yes.
Okay, this is an investment.
Yes.
It's your life here. Okay, and we're talking about a life partner. All right. So what do others say about this person? That's really important. Don't just say, "Oh, okay, it might be because they don't like him, or it might be because they had a fallout." When you say this person keeps having fallouts with too many people, you might want to pause and check what's going on there. What's up with this person?
Yes, that's a very important point. All right. So if you see again, to reiterate, study pattern. So sometimes you might not be able to see the pattern. Sometimes other people will help you see the pattern, because once you love someone, your emotions are involved in that, in the way you interact with the person. Your emotions are involved, and what that means is that there are some hormones that will be secreted into your system. One of it is what we call oxytocin, bonding hormone. I think there's also dopamine, and what that does is that it sometimes has some of these hormones. Some of these hormones. What they do is that they kind of accentuate the person's positive qualities. All right, and they kind of push into the background the person's negative qualities. And that's why people say, the local parlance, they say love is blind. What it means is that once you are emotionally attached to someone, you want to kind of see the good thing about the person. You want to because that's why you're falling in love, because you're falling in love because you've seen some good qualities of the person. All right, so, but sometimes people that don't have that dopamine as regarding this person might see some critical red lights, stop signs that you might want to listen to and check. All right, so that's very important for you to have people that will be objective and give you their own counsel and help you see something, because your concern is, will this person have my back? All right, so somebody who might not be emotionally entangled might be in a better position to be able to help you give you that kind of judgment to say, I think if this person can do this, this person can do this, well, I think this person should be able to do this. You know, because one of the things that we try to focus on is we want to, let me just say, one of the reasons why we share some of these points is because we want you to be able to get the knowledge that will help you. Why? Because sometimes we've seen single people who are so vibrant as single individuals, doing well, slaying all the way through, and then they get married, and then they become a shadow of themselves. And that's one of the reasons why we do what we do. We're passionate about getting out the right information out there, because information, the right information at the right time is very important. Sometimes people get the right information when they've already made the decision, and that's when regret begins to set in. No, our goal is to get the right information at the right time, because information is a tool. You don't just get information for the sake of getting information. You get information to do something. For example, you go to school to get skills to be able to get a job or to create an employment, wherever it is. So the purpose of information is not just for the information. It's for you to be able to get it to do something with it. So our platform is passionate about creating information or sharing information that where people make decisions that will help them improve their marriages, make the right calls. All right, and when you make the right call, obviously you'll be able to create that kind of marriage where people can feel emboldened, people can feel strength, people can feel free to be able to fulfill their fullest potentials.
That's right.
So that's one key thing, is that we don't take this for granted. It's something that we are really, really passionate about. That's why we're saying the first point is study the person, all right? Do they keep their word? Also, listen to others. Yeah.
I like what you said. Okay?
Yeah.
And oftentimes we hear this when they say love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener. Okay, no, let that not be your case. Okay,
yes.
So working with information,
Absolutely.
working with knowledge.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. So that's very important. Okay. So the other point you might want to consider is how this person speaks about others, especially when they're not present.
Yes.
How this person speaks about others. Does he speak in their defense? You know, when I started, I was saying it borders on loyalty as well. Yeah. Okay, how loyal is this person? Don't just take it for granted that he keeps telling you negative things about people, and you think it's fine. Okay, at some point in the relationship, you would have a disagreement.
Yes.
How do you want him to speak of you to others? That's an indication. Okay, that's why we're saying yes. Love shouldn't just blind your reasoning at this point. Okay, to make an informed decision.
Absolutely.
How does this person speak about others?
Absolutely.
Don't explain it away.
Absolutely, because how they speak about others say something about them, not necessarily about the person. All right. So because I've seen people who fall out with other people. Or let me not even use that example. The example is this. One of the ways to find a loyal friend is a friend that will defend you in your absence, behind your back, even when they've not really gotten information from you. So what do I say? So I go somewhere and somebody said something about my friend, my wife, and I said, no, she's not like that. I don't think this was, I defend her. Then I go and ask, hey, I heard this. What do you think? That's a sign of loyalty. Yeah. Someone that will defend you, to defend your honor, defend your reputation, defend your character, before important people or friends, and then go back and say, hey. And then if it's true, they chastise you and tell you, no, this is wrong. Yes. Right? Yeah. Those are the kind of friends you need. So if that kind of a person if he or she is that kind of a person who will defend other people even before hearing that side of the story, it's a sign of loyalty. That's someone that got your back. Getting your back is something that is proven when the chips are down, when things are tough. Not when it's convenient, not when there is a reward for it, but when they have to stake their own reputation. They have to give up something, put their money where their mouth is, stake something, and then they still go ahead to do it. That's somebody that probably will be able to get your back. And that's a good sign.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. I like that. Okay, so another thing you may want to consider is how does this person treat others when the chips are down? We talked about how he speaks about others.
Yes.
So how does he treat others when the chips are down? Okay, someone is broke and keeps asking for help, or someone needs help and keeps asking for help, and he turns a blind eye, and he instead decides to give you lavish all the care on you, and because you're feeling so loved up, you don't even want to ask him, why did you do that to that person? Okay, so these are things, and we're trying to say you need to be proactive. It's your life. You're going to a relationship. You need to understand this person better. So do not just ignore those things. When you see those things, those little things, you need to ask questions. Why? You might afford him the opportunity to explain. You might just be that, I've been helping many times. It's one of those times where I think I'm teaching this person I'm walking this person into learned helplessness. Okay, so but give the person the opportunity to explain. How does he treat others? Okay, you were going to give an example earlier when you said when there's a fallout.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes you see people fall out and then they become very mean to the other.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Was it just because you were in the relationship?
Absolutely.
Okay, we need to have some respect for humanity. Humanity. How does this person treat others?
Absolutely. We've seen a situation whereby people fall out and then they begin to share secrets that were discussed when they were close.
Yes.
That's not a good sign. That's not somebody that will get your back. It's kind of, it sounds similar how they speak about others and how they treat. No, not exactly. So this one is more even action, all right, not just what they say. All right, so we fall out and then I say everything that she shared with me in confidence.
Yes.
All right, and then I begin to use it against her. That's not a good sign. All right. So again, some people who are really great guys or great ladies, even when they fall out, they still follow through with the commitment that they made.
That's right.
All right. So, for example, I made a commitment that I'm going to loan you something, and then we fall out, and I say because of that I'm not going to loan you. No, I still go on and I still follow through with my promise. That says something about me, not about the situation. That kind of a person is kind of person that you can be sure, rest assured that will get your back, right? Because it's saying something about their character. That's what she was saying earlier on. The quality of their character, not just the moral, say, code of ethics, right or wrong. No, doing what is right, even when it's not convenient. That is someone who has strength of character. That's it. Yeah, and that's the kind of person you want to have on your team.
Okay, so let's take the next point, and I like this point. Okay, does this person have a walk with God? All right, you're going into marriage, and oftentimes we say it's not up to you to figure out your life. You can't do that.
Yep.
That's why you need to go do life with God. So imagine walking into a relationship with someone who has no regard for God, has no walk with God. Come on, you're setting yourself up to fail. You shouldn't do that.
Yes.
Now, so you need to. Sometimes we mistake commitments in the relationship to be lifelong, and forget that people can decide to change, and you can't change. You can't do anything about that.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
But when this person is committed to God, there's some. It keeps the person grounded.
Yes.
And that's what you need to be looking for. Does this person have a walk with God?
Absolutely. To add to that, I would like to say, anytime you think about getting married to this person, do you have this fear that is irrational? You can't really understand. You just have your heart just, you just have that trigger. You just have that fear. You don't have that inner peace in your heart. All right. You need to have that inner peace to feel like sometimes you're like, I don't know what it is, but something is off. Maybe you just have to step on the brake and re-evaluate. All right. This is one of the things we shared in our book, Relationship Red Flags. All right. So sometimes it's not for you to call off the relationship. Sometimes just for you to step on the brake, re-evaluate before you proceed. Okay. That may just be amber flashing. So the next you need to do, step on the brake. All right. The red sign. So for you to evaluate, check again. Have a different person to have a look. So basically that's what we are talking about. So once you have that doubt in your heart that is persistent, that refuses to go, because sometimes we have that persistent feeling. You just feel like I need something was
very
off.
Unsettling.
Very unsettling. and you are now trying to rationalize it. You are trying to come up with, oh, he's nice, she's nice, oh, she did this, she did that. But everything you do to drown that voice is refusing to go. Maybe it's high time you checked it. Okay, very important.
Okay, so we've touched on those points. We hope you would review them and look into your relationship. Okay, it's not to scare you. No. Relationship is beautiful. Marriage is beautiful. If done right. If done right. And that's why we're putting this out there for you to consider. It's better considered before, best considered before marriage.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. And sometimes people ask us, like I would like to say, people ask us, why do we do what we do? Two main reasons. Getting the right information out there to people when they need it is very important. Why is this important? People will do better when they know better.
Yeah.
All right? We've seen people who are very vibrant, lovely individuals, but they just kind of missed it somehow as regarding the area of marriage. And they kind of got entangled with someone who was just, when someone is passionate, like the person has some fire and this other person just putting cold water on it. So everything she tries to do never really blossoms. So it's like trying to climb a mountain and someone is pulling you back. It's very, very hard. It's very strenuous. So our goal, why we do this, is to send the right information to the single people, to the engaged couples, all right, to the married couples when they need it the most. There are people who have made very terrible financial mistakes that have set their family back, all right, because they did not know at the time the reason why they were having huge financial supplies. They didn't know that it was for a time of leanness. They didn't prepare for it. And so when something happened to them, they were thrown the whole family went upside down in terms of finances. So that's why we provide information. And the other thing why we do what we do is because when couples are equipped with this information, now they can now create the right environment. Remember, our vision is to connect heart and to raise healthy families. So what is a healthy family? Individuals need to be healthy. She needs to be healthy as an individual. I need to be emotionally healthy, physically healthy, mentally healthy, financially healthy for us to create a healthy family. You see, so how do we do that? Having the right information. Once you have the right information, then you can create the right environment, all right, where people can blossom. She can fulfill her maximum potential. She can live out her dream. I can live out my own dream. And then as a family, we can fulfill our purpose, the reason why we're here. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. So thank you all. Okay,
and if you're happy, we would leave the link the comment section. Yeah. So just click on it to register for our Intimacy Builder program for singles.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And we'll pick it up from there. We'll be happy to work with you. It's our coaching program for singles.
Yes.
All right. Yes. And if you're new to our channel, please subscribe. Yeah. Okay. So and turn on your notification bell so you can get the comment. You can get notified as we drop our content.
Fantastic.
All right. And for all our returning subscribers, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's keep doing this. Let's spread the word.
Let's spread the word.
All right.
Thank you all.
Until we come your way again, it's goodbye from us.
Goodbye.